Everybody loves to talk about Bully Beatdown.
It was the best show ever. How much of these bullies' personality was real? Because like they kind of seem a little retarded.
My original title for Bully Beatdown was beating up. Another kind of short notice thing where I just came in out of nowhere.
Oh, he axe kicked you?
And I was trying my damnedest to get his Vaseline-soaked leg in.
Did he feel slippery?
The whole strategy was to triangle this guy. But, you know what I mean? It didn't work that way. Later on, I was like, all right, that's the business. You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. You do a sport where you have to be fearless all the time. Mentality may have been great for our ancient ancestors on a battlefield, but it's certainly not good at Starbucks. You know what I'm saying?
We are a combat sports and MMA show hosted by very, very casual fans. My name is Gilbert. That skinny man is David. And wonton ears is Nick. Gentlemen, we have a very special guest today. Dare I say he's been inside more Japanese women than we have.
Yeah,
Give it up for the host of Billy. Screw it. Get up for hosting Fighter, our favorite host of Bully Beatdown and the only one, Mayhem Miller.
Hey, thanks for having me on, you casuals.
All right.
Hey, man, what's this? Because did you know you were coming on this podcast?
Well,
Little
man,
ching-chong riding on there?
I thought you guys were Chinese.
Yeah, we are.
We got one Chinese, one and one brown shit right there.
It's all Chinese.
Guys, we're going to have to tone the racism down to 3/4. My whiteness is fully on display here.
Nah, you're all good, man.
Yeah.
Wait,
trying to bait you.
You full white?
I mean, yeah. Look, allegedly, okay, I'm related and akin to the mountain man Jim Bridger, which means I got a little engine in me.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly.
Okay.
But, you know, I got to go to Forever 21 or what is it called when you do that test?
Yeah. 23andMe.
Guys got to keep up. There's a lot of jokes here. There's a lot of jokes.
23andMe.
Yeah. 3 jokes deep.
Yo, you talking about fast fashion and DNA testing?
Buddy.
Two different.
Going out of business, all that.
Topical.
There's like 1,000 questions we could ask you.
$1,000.
I've been following you since like Dream.
But
right?
listen, I caught on to you guys real quick. I said, oh, okay, these guys are casual, yet educated, okay? They got one guy with dumpling ears. You know what I'm saying? One guy who definitely looks like he has an open laptop, you know? Oh, he does. So, you know, it's a good mix, good vibe. You guys are not, you may be casual, but you're attempting to become educated about mixed martial arts. Mm-hmm. And so, thank God that you guys know who I am. I'm trying to reach out to the casuals out there to educate them about the history of the sport and figure out where the future is going.
Yeah, I mean, like, you've been a part of, like, some of the major, or obviously outside of the UFC, you were dreaming, especially Strikeforce, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, like, my whole strategy was, well, I didn't really like what they were doing over there, so I was attempting to, like, go and do something else outside. That's how Bully Beatdown came about. I saw mixed martial arts as more of a show and less of this just homogenized code. Like, it's not boxing. It's something more beautiful. There's more art to it. There's more strategy. It's a deeper pool. You got to be smarter to excel at it, you know? So I figured it would be one thing, but they got their way. You know what I mean? Like, that's how, if you have been following this sport for a long time, you know that there was a time where we didn't know if UFC was going to be the thing.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, obviously they did a great job. They worked out the business deals. They just became like the conglomerate. They part of the conglomerate that owns all of our entertainment, you know, except for us out here on the outside on the internet, you know, but the major corporations, they've kind of got this thing down pat. So they have their system, and that's how it is now.
I got to ask you about Bully Beatdown. Obviously, we want to talk about...
Everybody loves to talk about Bully
You got to
Beatdown.
understand.
I know, I love it. I love it.
Bully Beatdown was my favorite fucking show.
Buddy,
I watched it religiously.
That is how nerdy Asians...
No,
you
think it's just Asian, but it's everybody. We're all nerds together.
It was, like Bully... For you guys who don't know what Bully Beatdown is, right? I kid you fucking not. It was the best fucking show ever. So it was set up where you got these kids who were bullied, and they bring their bully on. And the coolest coolest thing about the show that I really, really liked is that the bully wasn't just thrown into the fire. You actually got to train them before,
which is
a
interesting.
little bit.
Kind of.
It keeps you on my clock.
It's not like I gave him a 6-week training camp. I said, hey, man, here's a guy to hold pads for you. Here's a gym if you want to go. And not many guys, every guy thought that because they watched TV that they knew how to fight already. Because they got in brawls and shit, they knew how to fight
So that
already.
was like a real thing. They were like hockey like that.
You know, me and my team at MTV, Mark Burnett Productions, we all figured out how to educate the masses about mixed martial arts. And this is so long ago. Now everybody's grown up. Everybody's out of school. Everybody's has their own kids, and people are showing them Bully Beatdown now. Like the little kids are like, I know Bully Beatdown. I'm like, what? What year is this? Well, how are you talking to me right now? There's not even, is MTV still a channel?
Not even.
Exactly. But so, you know, the thing is like, I feel so honored and blessed to have been part of a lot of people's mixed martial arts journey because that was the beginning. And if you notice on the show, and I did it on purpose, I would call out what the move is or call out why he's doing this, because people didn't understand. Like the guy is sitting on the dude's face. They think it's some type of OnlyFans content. But, you know, back then I explained, okay, he's getting him in a triangle right now. He's choking him, you know. So, like I said, blessed to be a part of that journey for so many people. And, you know, mixed martial arts, Dream was paying me so good, I almost didn't do that show.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, I was like, whatever. I'm like living my dream. Got a Japanese chick. I got a real Japanese girlfriend.
Getting the numbers up.
A little
Who makes the weird sounds and everything. Eat. What are you okay? Is there a dog in the room? Eat. Sorry.
Was it always blurred or what?
Yeah,
It was blurry. Yeah. No, that's the thing. That's not the porno. Their actual genitals are blurry. It was weird. When I took my pants off, it was blurry down there too. I know. I had to go take some medication to get rid of that.
Let me ask you.
Oh, we're showing that this is one of the best episodes.
This was like
Okay.
Titties.
No, and I have just so you know, I have not seen this since I was there and recorded this.
Wow.
You're showing me this for the first time. Because I never watched it again. I just remember everybody talking, this is a great episode. This is a great episode. God. And yeah, Arlovsky, you know, we had Daniel Cormier before he was Daniel Cormier.
He was tossing people.
Daniel Cormier with like washboard abs.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird. Yeah. And what else? You know, Shields was on there.
Robbie Lawler
came in. It was
Benson
like,
Henderson.
we just got whoever. We just like, or like, all right, and here's the thing is because I had already been in the sport for so many years, you know, like I had a pretty expert eye. I just went to the producers. The producers, one of them was a pretty avid fan, but I was like in the sport. So like, I like went, hey, how about this guy Eddie Alvarez is going to be good?
Hey,
I know. And they're like,
this
who?
guy?
They're like, yeah, but he's not. But he's from the East Coast, and I'm like, no. This guy's like a boxer. Trust me.
Eddie Alvarez beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he did.
So you know, it was like such a strange experiment. And you know, I was talking to a guy from the Bonfire podcast, Bobby. He was saying you could never do this again, and I was like, I don't know. You could do something like that. You can never do this. You can never capture the magic of this old school, you know what I mean, 2008 filmed on a potato style, you know what I mean, Mayhem with the crazy red stripe on his head. I can never really go back to my kid form, but there's some magic in the storytelling.
No, this show...
Because think about all the fights that we watch now. You give a shit when it's a storyline.
Yeah.
Every time.
Need the
That's just a
backstory.
basic strategy.
I have been begging for somebody to make a show like this again because it was so good. Just because, like, you know, everybody knows who's been bullied, what it's like to be on that side.
Yeah.
And for finally somebody to come in and, like, shut somebody up. So I wanted to ask you this. Is like, how much of these bullies' personality was real? Because, like, they kind of seem a little...
You know, listen, man, I feel, you know what, and I'm glad that word is in fashion again because
He's bringing it back.
the previous name, my original title for Bully Beatdown was Beating Up. And I
Too
said,
long of a
hey,
title. MTV didn't
when
want that?
when the second season came in, I was like, I got a new contract to Beating Up. But you know, look, I here's the thing. Yeah, first season, right? It was wacky. They made us like run around. You remember I was driving a Hummer?
Yeah.
Not my Hummer. I would never have a Hummer. At that time I had a nice BMW, okay? I was like Mr. Cool Guy back then. And they gave me, here, give this Hummer. You're like doing the tough guy thing. And all right, cool. And then I drive around and chase down the bully. It was kind of real put on. But the reality was that people signed up these guys because they're dicks, right?
So they're
and then the
like
dicks thought that they were badass. So it like worked into that. You know what I'm saying? It's like a carnival. Like a carnival where you're like, fight this 155-pounder, and if you make it get $100, it's like a carnival. Oh, you get $100 if you can beat up the guy. Meanwhile, this guy's Golden Gloves boxing champion and just beats the shit out of everybody. You know, it's like the I don't know, that was some carnival barker kind of
So they
stuff,
really
you know?
thought they had a chance. Like they were like,
believed it?
Like
I did not meet one dude who didn't think that he was gonna beat the MMA fighter up.
really?
I pretty.
I always wondered.
I'm
Like,
pretty. No, okay, but let me give you guys the inside scoop, okay? Because this is like from season 1, right? I let the guy punch me in the face. It was like hilarious. Like
this guy
I
was an
just
asshole.
a bad man, you know, and
Hands behind the back.
How cute am I? How adorable.
So innocent.
I missed that.
I
face.
guess you could hit me.
Exactly, yeah. And then I had a stylist. Like, look at me. I'm always dressed like the biggest douche at the bar. Look at me. Just check me out, dog.
The affliction
great.
tees, yo.
Affliction
Tees are wild.
Hey,
They're coming back, dude.
Here's
They're
how
coming back.
OG I am. I was sponsored by Affliction and Tap.
Tap out.
Back to back.
I think Ed Hardy gave me free clothes too. I was in there, man. But yeah, you see all these funny clips and whatnot. I'll tell you, first season, douchebags. Okay. Second season, douchebags, but a couple of dudes are not. Third season, we had one guy that was like just a pro wrestler. Like he was like, I think he was friends with those guys. I'll just be honest about that. Like that was the thing. The thing is though, everyone said Bully Beatdown was fake. And I kind of egged that rumor on in the early crazy internet days. I was like, yeah, it's fake. It's all fake. It's CGI. And the guy's nothing out at it because I wanted more people to sign up. I wanted this to just keep going. But the reality is, those fights are real. Wow. Like, those fights, like, I told the fighters like this, like, oh my goodness. I told them, take it easy on the guy, okay? We need to make a 22-minute show, all right? Let's just carry him for a bit. Orlovsky, carry him for a little bit. Oh. Don't knock his titties off. Yeah. And, of course, they didn't listen all the time.
I remember there was one, I think it was like Thomas Denny or something.
Denny,
He head kicked the guy in the first, like,
No.
Was that
You're
him?
getting conflated. Now, Thomas Denny did not understand the assignment. He, like, went easy on the guy, sort of. He, like, got it. That guy, Tommy the Gun right here.
Oh, this dude.
Head that was the one
It was
rule.
this one.
That was the
No
one
head
rule.
kicks, right? Or
I
something
said,
like that?
don't head kick the guy. Do not head kick the guy.
Was that a legal thing too? Like you actually
Listen,
could not do that?
Now, people forget. They just get caught up in the emotion of knocking
it's still
this
a
guy
fight.
out. No, but people forget that before that cowboy punched this dude in the face good and sat him down, actually.
Oh, that's right.
That guy had some boxing experience and was a hockey player. Like, he used to fighting on skates. So when he gave him the business, he fucking sat him down. And it was the first time in Bully Beatdown history the referee had to count the fighter.
Wow.
So it was a big deal, yeah.
So he's like, fuck.
Hockey players.
You know, hey, I'm glad you guys are getting me back. It's like revamping the lore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The lore of Bully Beatdown is like kind of that's the cool part.
Yeah.
Like those backwoods. You know what? I think I'm gonna do a whole podcast about it.
You should.
All right.
because you have so
Since you
many
guys
stories.
said, I'll do it.
Yeah,
because
get on here.
Because everybody that kept asking me about DC one and you guys asked me about the Orlovsky. It was just such a different time, and it was like a more stylish, risk-taking era of MMA. Now, we love it. We got fights every weekend, but it's like just they're very standardized and not so wacky.
Well, the show too was also good because of you, right? Because I think like one of the reasons why I like the show is because you would roast the fuck out of it.
I break balls.
That shit would make me cry laughing because I'm like,
thanks,
dude, not
man.
only are these guys getting physically beat down, you're verbally fucking them up
Yeah.
too. So it's like
On the cage side.
it's like the worst nightmare for a bully.
I know,
And, like,
it
guys
is.
aren't used to having like people talk shit to them because they are the bully, so they never had comebacks.
I I know.
And so
I
it
know.
was just the most satisfying show to watch.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it was great. It was a great experience. And look, nowadays, like boatloads of like this guy made a whole career off watching Bully Beatdown.
Yeah.
And just clip it in and like making jokes about my jokes. You know what I mean? Like, building onto my jokes. And God bless his heart. I'm glad he did that. He's keeping the spirit of the sport alive. You know, keeping Bully Beatdown out in the what do you call it? Zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Nick, you hold a lot of sparring sessions. What's the deal with people breaking their mouths on them?
One, people are going too hard. But the other thing is, we famously don't wear mouthpieces when we spar.
Yeah, why do we do that, Coach?
It was a stupid way for us to not hit each other hard. But now, since we've been using mouth guards, we've realized, hey, we should have been doing this a long time ago. We've been living like cavemen. Ever since we've been wearing these mouthpieces, we get to hit each other harder.
Yes.
Ever since wearing impact mouth guards, my wife makes out with me now.
But on a serious note, yeah, if you're sparring and you're not using a mouth guard, you're absolutely insane.
You're stupid.
Go to Impact, get the mouth
Get 'em now.
guards, right? They have their quick fits and their custom fits. Either or is perfectly fine depending on what you guys want to get. Impact mouth guards are really dope. If you are sparring and you want to support this podcast, cop the Impact mouth guards, please, and you won't regret it.
Impact mouth guards. Yes.
I'm ready. He was tossing them around. Yeah.
Yeah, he was chucking them, man. It's such a good show.
Daniel Cormier.
Yeah, is that Cormier? Oh,
Yeah, that's
goodness.
Cormier.
That Cormier looking shredded.
Never seen him do an armbar ever in his career.
Yeah. Cormier is a man. Listen, before this, Cormier, had never put on a helmet, gloves, had never put
Really?
Listen, before he came to train with me in San Diego, he was like a babe in the woods. He didn't know any kind of kickboxing. But the minute that I clenched up with him, I literally have
There goes
the
my legs.
story. Yeah. Where I kickboxing him and fucking dancing on him like, Muhammad Ali. But they're like, okay, now kickbox and wrestle. And when I clenched with them thinking, let me see what this Olympic guy's got. He had it. He chucked me, buddy. He chucked me. Have you ever been like windmill thrown? That's what it felt
Where you
like.
don't know what happened.
Where your ankles like go over and like your ankles hit first. That messes with your mind.
That's fucked
you feel
up.
like a child.
Fucked
You
up.
feel like a little kid, like your daddy's swinging you around. Oh man, yeah. So, but so I had to. Him, also Kamaru Usman.
Wow.
Like
What gym
introduced
is
to the
this?
fighting.
Is Quest or?
No, yeah, Team Quest. We were over
Mark,
there.
right?
And
Mark Munoz?
Munoz. We were at what is this one called? Rain.
Oh,
Yeah,
Rain.
Rain. I trained at Team Quest for a while, then moved over to Rain, and those were the days too because it was like past the point of where I trained with Tito Ortiz and when I was a kid, and like when he was the champion, and we were like Rampage was out there. We were like figuring out how to train, but then in the Rain years, it's like okay, everybody knows how to train, and now everybody's like scientists like bringing their bits. I had my jiu-jitsu and I come over and Mark Munoz has his top tier wrestling. We had wrestlers come in from everywhere. It was a nice epicenter of the MMA universe for a little while. Guys from Japan. I would bring guys from Japan there. Brazilians would show up, and then we got a partnership with King's MMA back then, and King's obviously the best Muay Thai guys. So it was just this like proving ground of different techniques and different strategies, and just constantly evolving, and everybody pushing iron sharpen iron, everybody pushing each other at top. So there was like a great era of fighters that came out of Orange County back then. It was wild.
Before I ask you questions about your pro career, can we just go back way back? How did you even get into fighting in the first place?
Yeah, you just showed up on my TV.
It's one of those stories that kind of I worn it out a bit, all right? And I don't know how to tell it in which direction exactly, because you could think about it, okay, well then why do you even gravitate towards this? It starts to become a philosophical question where you're like, why even get thought? Oh, because the kids in the neighborhood jumped you and bullied you, and you fought back. Oh, you started fighting back, and you got used to fighting. Okay, maybe that's the start, right? Or maybe it's like, you're going to the army. Like you thought for sure, I'm going to the army and going to the army, and then when you take the ASFAB and they say, oh, you can get to a nuclear submarine program, your uncle, who just got off that detail, got leukemia and died. So you're like, now I'm not going to the Army, I guess. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. So maybe that's where it started. Or maybe like that next summer when the kids tried to jump me at the skate park and I just laid out like 3 of them, like knocked everybody out. And instead of like winning the skateboard contest, because I was trash at skateboard, that day I knocked those guys out and it became like a weird little urban legend. Like, oh, do you see Miller? Miller fucking da-da. And then what? Smoke a pot with some guy who goes, damn, you're a big-ass white boy. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And he's like, you should do something with that. And I remember thinking, I will do something with that. You know what I mean? And then,
That's all it took.
Right? But really,
You're a big-ass white boy.
I gave you all like the
layers,
background up to training.
Yeah.
Then what happened was my friend Pierre, he always gets credit for this, choking my ass flat out because I wasn't tapping. I was like, I knew what tapping out meant, but I did not want to quit. I had that fight in me where I was like, I won't want to quit. And I woke up staring at the trees in my backyard like, and my dad laughing from the kitchen window, you got to tap out, boy. Fucking laughing at me. I said, oh, son of a bitch. Yo, Pierre is smaller than me. Is like weaker than me, but he just choked me unconscious. Like, that's magic. I have to learn jujitsu. Like, he's been going to jujitsu class. He's been watching jujitsu tapes. He's like, he knows more jiu-jitsu than me. So I just went crazy. And then what I realized was, oh, jujitsu is super similar to this backyard wrestling me and my dad do. Like, choke this sleeper hold. I've been doing that since I was a little kid, you know, the sleeper hold. The triangle, that's modified leg scissors. You know what I mean? Like,
Your dad's Japanese. I never thought of it. I never saw my pixelated penis. Your dad thinks all pixelated. Crazy.
That was a crazy review.
Yeah.
Thanks for revealing that to us.
My family. Oh, man. But yeah, so, you know, I got into that at like 15 years old. Like, I started going, oh, man, serious. And I went back to wrestling practice, which I gave up before. Like, I said, oh, this is how you get good at fighting, is you got to wrestle and do jujitsu and know how to kickbox. And, you know, you fast forward to like 17. 15, I like kind of was half-assing it, like skateboarding around still and just not knowing what's what. Then 17, I was like, okay, I'm going to get serious. So I'm going to judo practice every day. And I broke enough people's nose at judo practice, they kicked me out. They say, go over there to, there's an Ultimate Fighting gym across the street. And this is like 96, 7, some way back when. And he's like, I went over there and it was like a movie, man. It was like Hoist Gracie and Ken Shamrock, a poster, like cutouts from Black Belt magazine.
Shit. Yeah. Chuck Norris.
Black Belt magazine. Yeah, Chuck Norris, but you have Chuck Norris in the same book with, Hoist, Dan Severin and them showing moves and Don Fry, like talk about how to uppercut people, you know? So I was like, all right. Don Fry's the best. I'm friends with him still, but watch out, he'll take your head off. All right? Now, that moment was like huge for me because, like, I don't know. I didn't see like a clear path to college. Like, your parents are Asian. They're probably like on you. My parents are like, you're still not in jail? Good. You know what I mean? Like,
you're doing good.
Yeah, you're doing great. But they thought, like I said, the plan was to join the military. Like, I was very serious. I love America. My dad was an 82nd Airborne, so it was like serious business. But then, my uncle died. My dad kind of like figured out that it wasn't all it's cracked up to be. Get injured jumping out of a plane, and it's just like you start to get the like different view of things as you get older. And when I was a kid, it was a rosy idea to go fight for my country. But as I got older, man, that glory of, oh wow, I've already been fighting all the time. Let me focus this energy into something positive. There's nothing in my podunk hometown for me to really get after, so let me get after this. This is a crazy dream. And like, my bro was into it, and he was like, that it really just takes one training partner to be like, yo, me at the gym on Tuesday, and you're like, Oh, okay, yeah. So it keeps you going. It keeps you going back. And then the challenge of it, and like I said, that's military mindset. I was already trying to grind into some kind of big thing where I'm going to go fight for glory anyway. So now I'm just joining my own army. My dad had pushed me to run 12 miles and like do all the kinds of crazy foot, like, because he just did it casually, smoking Newports. Like, he's like, I know. He just run 12 miles. This guy's a madman. So, you know, there's a bit of that. Like, I had a natural proclivity towards athletics. Like, I could, you know, headlock somebody before I knew what a rear naked was. So it was one of those things that it kind of fit for me. And then, you know, as your career goes on, you get good on the microphone, you know, and you do all that. And then what? Now the whole Hollywood side of things have opened up to me. So for as far as the fighting phase of my life, it was like kind of predestined if you go back far enough. Because all the things now that I know what I know now, I'm looking back, I'm like, oh, well, of course I was going to, you know what I mean, find this sport if I was already brawling with kids in a neighborhood all the time. Like, why? I'm sure there's plenty of kids now that go to a rough neighborhood and you get in fights there, that eventually you fall into a dojo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool because, like, for me anyways, out of your career, out of all the fights I saw, the one that shocked me the most is when you went to Dream and you fucking choked out Sakuraba.
How could you?
How could you do that? That's like, I know.
That was crazy.
I had to. Look,
And
I
that
love him as
picture
much
after.
as you guys. Yeah, I love him as much as you guys. Like, the thing was, I you know, had watched him for many years, you know, and I was a contemporary. I was on my way up, you know, and I'm watching him ascend. So you see me in my earlier fights, like, you see me doing wild, like, stuff like karate chopping the guy. You know what I mean?
Classic moves.
Yeah, classic,
the whole
classic stuff that works, but it's wild. Like, what? Why are you doing this? So, yeah, this is like a big moment, you know. I cut the weight, and I got in there.
Is this Saitama?
You could see me. No. See,
what arena is it?
we fought in Yokohama Arena. So it was like outside the normal. Like, every fight I had was at the Saitama Super Arena, which is a crazy place that gets bigger if they need to sell more tickets.
Wow.
But, you know, for me, this is like a huge moment because I'd watched a lot of his fights and modeled myself after him, a showman and a fighter.
Wow.
And, you know, as I came out here after this training camp, it was difficult. Look, that one took some paint off my face, just so you know. Like, he swung that one pretty damn hard. I did not expect like a baseball pitch. And then once I had figured out, once I figured out I could touch him, and if I clenched that he was gonna have some problems, then he started like looking for a shot. You know, I knew it was coming, so I decided kick. You know, man, I haven't watched this in a million years, guys. So it's a very strange thing, and I caught him with those two. And I almost got him with that head kick. It was a tough night for him.
What was how did you find out about this fight? Like, what was the call? Like, that's pretty crazy to get a like a huge name like this.
Yeah. Well, I think they had some type of big television.
Oh my God.
These are the techniques.
Leave him alone.
Yeah, these
Look
are
at his
the
knees; they're
techniques
taped up.
I know.
these are the techniques. Those techniques, that ground and pound stuff, that's something we go over a lot. And now with my guys, like, and you could see it nowadays. That's a standard technique. That kind of posturing up and punching, you know, like it wasn't really. Everybody ground and pound from the ground.
Yeah,
you know, everybody like wasn't afraid to.
My favorite part.
I Sakuraba. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was it was a big night, man. That was a real big night. You guys missed the whole thing. Yeah. See, like this wrap position right here. Yeah. Oh man, it's brutal. You see, there's a false half guard. Yeah, and then straight punches here. Yeah, he was moving, but I landed 2-3 already.
He's like pinned.
So, you know, to be honest, my strategy was to go out there and just tap him out.
You wanted to choke, yeah.
That was my strategy. But once he swung that big punch at me, I was like, fuck that. We're fighting now. You trying to kill me, Sakuraba? Yeah,
this is crazy. What a iconic moment.
Big
that
moment,
photo of you bowing after.
That's Esther Lynn that got that photo. She's like the best
Shout out to Esther Lynn.
Yeah.
How did you feel after this win? Like, what were you going through?
Man, listen, man. That was like, I don't know. It was a weird mix of, I was still anxious. I was still anxious, because it's like when you have this big event and you know about it, you're like, your brain gets stuck in, I got to do this. 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 So even once it happens and you win, there's still like this reset. Like I woke up from the party the night after thinking, oh shit, I got to fight Sakuraba.
Oh.
Yeah. So it took a while to like settle down and go, okay, so you've accomplished this huge goal that you've been after since you're young, here in Japan, and all these dreams have come true right now. It takes a minute to like to
It's like, is this real?
to sink in. Yeah. So yeah, it was a big one. It was a big one. It was a good night.
I mean, you fought people you fought Robbie Lawler.
Who's who?
Tim Kennedy.
Yeah.
Bro, Chael Sonnen, third fight. I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah. Chael Sonnen, I fought that guy on real short notice and had no idea he was a wrestler. I was like going out there, slanging him, and he just kept taking me down. He took me down one time and slammed and broke the fucking cage.
Oh, shit.
We broke the cage, but we're gentlemen. We had a gentleman's agreement to not fight over there when the cage was broken.
Okay.
That's how OG it was. No, we both circled back away from that. Yeah.
Were you in the middle of
I was a kid.
and you wrestled him?
I was a little kid.
Bro, this looks like AI.
This is
I know.
crazy.
Are you guys 8 years old?
Oh, that's a potato, dog.
That's you? That's so crazy.
Look at us, little kids. Yeah.
I like the Valetudo short. That's a good
Yeah.
move. Early on.
Bad boy Valetudo. Get it right.
Yeah,
bad boy. You gotta have those,
The eyes.
you gotta have those eyes on your ass.
Get those eyes in the
Your
bloodshot.
eyes are looking at your eyes are looking out at the crowd. Hey, but I'll tell you, man. Look, you see that? I didn't know what I was doing. I was such a little kid. Look at me. I didn't know. I was like, oh, what? This fight. Okay, at the very end of it, and I talked to Chael. I asked him, "Hey, man, was I close on that choke at the end of the fight?" And he's like, "Yeah, really," because I had him in a choke at the very end of the fight, and he was gurgling, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, "Oh, I got him." And now the time ran out, and that was that. It was a go-go plot, I think.
Oh shit!
I haven't seen this either. You guys are digging deep into you're digging deep into the archives right now.
The fact that this is on YouTube is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? Everything.
Because what promotion is
For
this?
real. It's like, how do people even get this?
The
guy's
I'm
filming.
telling you, bud. Oh, look, there it is. Oh, I did have it.
That's deep.
That's
I
it.
did. Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah. I asked him. I said, "Hey, I have you." Yeah, I had you. I had him. It was a good fight.
Is that John McCarthy?
Nah, that's
not
might have been. What are you talking
What
about?
is that?
Oh no,
Is that Landless?
no, that's Juan
That's
McCarthy.
Tank
Juan McCarthy.
Yeah, so yeah, man. Look, I had a storied career. Kennedy's fights were good.
Kennedy,
I
beat Kennedy.
I beat him. Yeah, I gave him the business. That time in Dallas, I think it was.
You put him twice,
Yeah, I gave him the business. The first fight, man, he was kneeing me in the back of the head, right? And I told the referee, look, you learn something from every fight. Chael Sonnen, I learned, oh shit, I actually need to wrestle. Because now what I was getting away with, it says in my third fight, but really it was like my 15th, 16th fight. Yeah, because in North Carolina, Virginia, Atlanta, you just had all of these little leagues that, you just fight, and it wasn't on no shirt off. It wasn't no shirt off. It wasn't tapology.
Yeah.
That was like, you know what I mean? Not even a thought. Like maybe somebody kept record, but they were like in a notebook. Binder, somewhere. And so I had all those fights, and guess what? I would go up and just throw bungalows at guys, get after it and then get taken down and choke them out. Like that was it. It worked so many times because nobody had jiu-jitsu, nobody had awesome wrestling, nobody had, it wasn't greatest Muay Thai guys yet. But then once I got to California, run into Chael Sonnen, elite wrestler, and then, oh, what the hell? My chokeouts didn't work. Oh, you just keep getting me down.
It did work. You just need a little more time.
Yeah, it was there.
Story of my life. Ask Ariel about it. So it's like those days. I learned that from Chael Sonnen. Learn to wrestle. So I got with Tito and like, dude, teach me how to wrestle. Teach me how. Rampage was like the best like counter wrestler.
Yeah, the
and he's like, anti-wrestle. I'm like, all right, show me how to anti-wrestle. I got better and better with those guys. And then later on, I fought Tim Kennedy, and I was trying to double leg him, and he just like kept me in a front headlock, and you were allowed to knee on the ground. It was like Pride rules back in the day. So he knee me, and I'm like, son, and getting me in the back of the head, and I literally yelled to the ref, knee me in the back of the head. Like I yelled that, and then the referee like didn't do it, and I said, yo, don't. And I felt fucking tired. I could have used that breath to fucking better my position. Even if you're getting fouled, keep fighting. You learn something new. And you take that, and then, I had a fantastic career because just learning little details from each, even a loss, a win. That's the hardest thing, is that when you win, like how do you take home a lesson from this? Because sometimes you just be like, I'm the fucking man, and guys get through, you know what I mean? Like I said, 12-0, I didn't think I ever really had to wrestle, because jiu-jitsu will save my ass, but until it didn't. So, yeah, I think, and now as I'm a coach, and I'm like on the other side of the mixed martial arts paradigm, and I'm like kind of living vicariously through these guys, and you take on a lot of responsibility when you're a coach, because, I wish I was a sociopath where I'm like, all right, this guy got fucked up, no big deal. But when your guy doesn't do well, you fucking feel like shit. It's just feel bad. You take on an emotional toll, and you really want your guy to do his best. And so a lot of it is personal. You have to learn on your own. I can tell you everything in the world, but until you're in that position and in that situation and have to deal with your specific personality and your genetics and your however, you got to tune it to yourself. Martial arts is a very lonely journey.
And I ask this to a lot of people, especially like fighters who transition into coaching, right? For you, because you have been, now you're on both sides. What do you look for in a fighter? And then what is that point where you can look at a fighter and say, like, hey, this isn't for you?
Just commitment. Look, I'm not going to tell a guy this ain't for you, to be honest. You're in the gym, you're contributing, you know what I mean? You're putting the effort. You're not causing any ripples. I need another body. Get your ass in there, work hard. If you make it to UFC champion, fantastic. If you make it to the smoker show and do good and lose, whatever. You fucking, whatever. You put your effort. You put your effort. It's your personal journey. Martial arts is a journey within oneself. Like, you have to find the motivation from within to keep going back to practice, because it's not going to be a fun day of practice every day. There's going to be days where you're like, man, I sat in the car. I remember sitting in the car afterwards, like exhausted and like mentally near defeat, and like just have to go, okay, tomorrow. Tomorrow's fine. And like back in the day when I was training Rampage and Tito when he was the champ, and Rampage was about to be the champ, dude, I swear to God, I fought for a couple weeks, maybe a whole training camp, 4-6 weeks, didn't win a round. Didn't win an MMA round.
That's tough.
Didn't win an MMA round. And was like, oh my God. Like, what? Dude, what is going on? And what am I going to do? And then beat the shit out of my opponent. And be like, you have to like get with it, where like, okay, it's because these guys are so good. It's because I'm training so hard at such a high level that everybody looks weak compared to my room. So I don't know. I think that's like that's a beautiful. That's just part of my journey.
Was that like that transition from you going into like some of these smaller promotions? Like I'm only asking this because like, we see other fighters come into the UFC and they don't fare so well. Is that like the difference? It's like, oh, I'm like the big fish in a small pond and they go somewhere else. And it's like, what is that?
Yeah, definitely. But it's all matchmaking. It's all, it's really matchmaking and like getting a strategic, if you have good management and like that's friends with the right people, it really helps, My whole plan was to stay away from them, the UFC, and go over to Japan, and I thought that it would be the best to make the most money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just me.
They brought you over. You were chilling in Hawaii, 8 fights in Hawaii.
I fought in Hawaii all the time because at the time, those smaller shows paid better, and it was like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was great. I know. Hey, that's
crazy here.
Then you said yes to this fight.
Yeah.
What pulled you towards the UFC when you were running away?
I could tell how young John McCarthy looked and how psycho I
St.
looked.
Pierre, the first fight was 2005.
Yeah.
05. Yeah, it was when I was graduating.
Another kind of short notice thing where I just came in out of nowhere and fought.
But I thought you were avoiding the UFC.
I was.
So what made you?
At some point, you see the trunks with all the stupid sponsors all over it?
Money?
At some point they go, hey, we want you in there, so we'll give you a bunch of money if you do that. So, you know what I mean? As a fighter, that's what you want. You want to get paid.
Oh, he axe kicked you? What the fuck?
Yeah, actually. And I was trying my damnedest to get his Vaseline-soaked leg.
Did he feel slippery?
Yeah.
Hey, what's slippery?
Yeah.
Wow.
I already said this long time ago. Yeah.
He does seem like he has smooth skin.
Oh, you know what? And this was after, so I didn't learn my lesson from Tim Kennedy. When he was elbowing me in the face, I said, hey, Big John, he's greased up. I yelled that at him, and he said to me, oh, he's fine. And then right when he said he's fine, he elbowed me in the face again. Yeah. This happened. It's
That's
exactly
so
what happened.
fucking funny, dude.
Something in it. There it is.
I know. It is funny because I didn't want to snitch him out. I'm not a narc. So I said it in the moment because I was mad as hell.
Yeah.
Because the whole strategy was to triangle this guy.
Yeah.
That was it. I knew it could do it. But, you know what I mean? It didn't work that way.
He kept slipping
and I
out.
told him, I kept slipping out. I told him, he's greased up. And later on, I was like, all right, that's the business.
Yeah.
Okay? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I get it. And this guy, I wrote an article and just mentioned that. And Fight Magazine just mentioned, there's some guy who's greased up that I fought.
Sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Might be French, I don't know.
Keep giving little hints.
You know what I mean? I never greased in my career.
I am not impressed with your performance.
So I said, and they used that in the lawsuit.
Wow.
They used my Fight Magazine. BJ Penn used that in the lawsuit. And said that they quoted my article that said this guy was greased up and so funny. It's like part of the record.
Holy shit, man.
It's
in writing, dude.
But like I said, it doesn't really detract. Look, would I want? Who knows? Whatever. But
rematch,
that's
GFL.
the business.
Rematch,
GFL.
Baby oil. Baby oil.
Yeah, baby oil wrestling champion. I'm into it, man. I'm into it. I think we can do it right here in the studio.
Get a little tub.
Give me a Japanese show. Oh, you're right. Now, let me tell you, you were talking about Japanese game shows. They didn't offer this to me. Okay? I didn't get it on there. But Mark Coleman and some other American fighter, they had a game where a regular Japanese businessman tried to stop Mark Coleman from disrobing.
Wait.
Shut the
fuck up. Or
find that internet expert. Yeah.
Get the fuck. Yo.
Wait. Play that.
These game
The
shows.
guys had to keep their boxers on. No, I think they took their boxers off too. I never got offered this job. but I think I might have done it.
How many Japanese businessmen you think you would have disrobed?
Listen.
Give me a number, Jason.
At least one.
At least one.
Without any force.
You want to talk about pixels, baby? Let's go.
Oh, pixelated.
Dude, Japanese game shows think of the craziest shit. That's so funny.
America could do that. Like, I wish we were so dope that we just wouldn't sue each other to do some crazy shit. 'Cause I would love to get shot out of a cannon down a slope from the spa on skis. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
one of my favorite videos of all time.
What?
Is watching somebody sit down and they just see
they're taking a shit.
Just go all the way
And
down.
suddenly you're doing fucking 70 miles an hour with the wind on your face. Butt naked, too. See, in America, oh, man.
Oh, no.
Sue the shit out of you. I got back pain from that. My balls got freezer burned. Nah, but like in Japan, they just laugh that shit off.
That shit is so
I love it. I
funny,
have respect for it. Oh, you found it.
No, we did it. They took it off the internet.
They took it off?
Mark Coleman took it off the internet,
they took
dude.
it. Mark Coleman sexually assaulting a Japanese businessman.
It's not sexual assault if he's in
the game show.
All right, so now we're watching Japanese game show. I'm into this show, bro.
Dude, have you seen this shit?
Oh, yeah, this is the
fucking
best.
worst.
This got on my algorithm.
Like, why? Why do we need to do this?
That's awful.
To be this bug, though, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, man.
Yuck.
Oh man, I gotta tell you though, man.
Yeah.
I think like for me, like before we had this like podcast, like we've been watching MMA for so long.
Yeah.
We've watched you since like the beginning, right?
Cool,
and,
cool.
and like watching like your
God
career
bless
just
you,
going
man.
from like
Thanks.
so many different stuff, and like I feel like a lot of the times for a lot of like young new MMA like fans, they kind of only see the stuff like the outside antics, and that's kind of like what people know about you.
Yeah.
But they don't know about like this beginning part. Like it took all this to get to here at the later part, right?
Yeah.
I know people had a lot of questions about that. Like, I'm kind of curious, like, what was going on in your life that all this was happening, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, if somebody watches this podcast, they hear how funny you are, like, you're, like, the dopest dude ever, and then they see all these other articles, and, like, they wouldn't believe it.
Look, man, I'll tell you what, okay? It's super easy after you get out of the cage, ring, whatever, the sports in general, to go into a dark place where you're famous. Everybody will give you whatever, and everybody will get you high, and everybody will get you drunk, and like that's a thing that I failed at. Like I just went, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, let's live this dirtbag lifestyle. Yeah, it's great. What do you mean? I'm Mayhem. Everybody loves me, so it's going good. Oh, whoops, I'm busted. Oh, man, clean up, and it's this fault, it's that fault, it's their fault, it's that fault. Look, when you're a superstar, it's hard to start taking accountability for yourself. Once I clicked that in, and it took rehab, straight up rehab, being locked away from my friends and substance and any kind of thing to like go, okay, like I need to get it together. Like there's no other way to do it, because if you stay in that situation, if you stay in the same realm where you're doing the same thing, you have the same friends around, the same, and I'm blaming friends. It's not friends. It's me. You have that same environment. It's hard to like disrupt that, you know? And for me, being in the gym like part-time was not enough to keep my blood up. I had to be doing something all the time. So if I'm just going to the gym casually, you got nothing to, you got no fight coming up, nothing, you got no direction. So it's easy to whatever, smoke and drink and whatever. I ain't got no fight coming up. So you get in that realm. You're seeing the guys going through it right now. Oh, the champions from my era, dudes are like, you're seeing bad articles about them now. I went through it and now figured it out and worked my way up out of it. I pray for the same thing for those guys, because it's so easy to get caught up in the wave of your own smelling your own farts. Your own, I'm cool because everybody thinks I'm cool, and so I could do whatever I want. And I get busted, I'll just bail out, whatever. I I do bad stuff, and there's a reason for it. No. The reason is you're not taking accountability for yourself and not rising up out of this fog that you're living in. So I lived in the fog for a good stretch, and I'm so happy to be out of it. But thanks for asking about it.
Yeah, like what was that? And that's so I'm so curious about it because you are right. Like we see this, we kind of hear these stories about people like John Jones as well, right?
Conor McGregor.
Similar stuff, yeah. So because look, you got to understand, all right? It's you take the sports stars, you go, oh wow, they're some type of like magical. No, we're human beings, okay? And if you do a sport where you have to be fearless all the time, and it makes it so that you're not afraid of the consequences of what could happen if you ingest the substance.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not afraid of the cops. You're not afraid of, what could happen if I go out and drink with these guys. You're not afraid. So that leads to a whole new set of problems because that mentality may have been great for our ancient ancestors on a battlefield, okay? All right? To be fearless and not care if you live or die, but it's certainly not good at Starbucks. You know what I'm saying?
A little Karen situation.
Yeah. But they forgot the whipped cream.
It's not great.
I'll kill you.
It's even worse. It's even worse. I said dope yo. But it's
Stupid.
there's some way for these guys to get about it. For me, I've been working with the MVP, Emerging Veterans and Players. It works mainly with the military and ex-athletes. What we do is we kind of have like, I'll call it group therapy. So it's sort of a workout and group therapy. There's chapters all over the country. It helps a lot of veterans. It helped me reset. I came out of that era of rehab. I got right back into there. I got right back in, plugged in with my friends. They watch me. We help keep each other accountable. Everybody stays on the right path, and it was such a huge thing for me. I'll make sure to hook you guys up with the Instagram because
we'll put it on the links and everything too.
Absolutely,
good, man.
What was that for you then? If I could ask specifically, what was that moment where after all this chaos is happening, and then you're just like, okay, I have an issue and I need to get this fixed?
Listen,
what was the switch?
There wasn't any there was many. It happened over and over again. I would fuck up. At first it was it's not my fault. It's the cop's fault. It's that girl's fault. It's this fault. Then it could only happen so many times before you go, what is going on? I'm blurry. This is not right. Oh man, I got busted during COVID for the dumbest thing. And I had a reset where I went, okay, this girl just made up a whole crazy story to get me busted and to keep me in jail so that I can't go and date someone else. Literally that, I realized, okay, that's what's happening. But why is this happening? Oh, because you're getting high with this chick and you're drinking with this chick and you're doing all kinds of stupid stuff constantly and you're putting yourself in it. You could have got out of this before, but you didn't. And then I was in deeper and I felt like, oh, I have to stay with her. No, you don't. Cut your losses. Move on. It's that was one big one, that click. But I still went back out into the same bad habits with other people. So she wasn't all the problem. She was, she did bad stuff, but I'm the problem. It's me. So I got after it where the real click was a nightmare scenario. My chick had thrown me out, I think, and I had a suitcase with me, and I was trying to find some place to stay, and this guy wasn't home, and that guy, and I would just started running, and I found myself near Skid Row, Los Angeles.
Whoa, that's crazy.
The mean streets of L.A.
Skid Row is crazy.
Now, look, I beat up a dude at a bar and went to prison. Okay, and that was a nightmare, but being hunted for your suitcase
Wow.
by a wide variety, different teams of crackheads.
What the fuck are you talking
Bro, yeah,
about?
I told you guys, I'm not scared of nothing, but I was very concerned.
Team of crackheads. Wow.
Yeah.
Very
That's
concerned.
People not
I was
from
like,
LA.
dude, I'm
Hit
about,
squads coming after you.
yeah, it's no, and it wasn't just one. It was one, and then two guys over there, and they were like, "Yeah, this white boy is about to get it."
And he's big.
I'm about to
He's a
get
big
back.
white boy.
That's a nice
Yeah, I'm
Samsonite you
about
got. That looks fresh.
For people not from LA, could you describe what Skid Row
Oh,
is?
but okay.
You gotta like paint the
Now
picture.
you think it would just be a rundown junk hole, but it's kind of not. It's kind of alive. Well, at
It's a society.
At the time that that's what it was. Somebody said, "Here, go check into this rehab, whatever." The place closed at 6. Oh, no. I got there like 6:30.
Oh, no. You couldn't get in.
So
That's
I
prime
couldn't
hours.
get into there. So I had to walk through this thing. And so I walked through the valley of death. It was a nightmare scenario. Now, yeah, back to the description. Like weird, like active meth huts. You know what I mean? Like little, like think Genghis Khan had his yurts. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Except meth heads.
Yeah.
And it's like weird people like just pissing publicly, like just.
It's sad.
With no shame. It's scary. Then you get to like another side. It's all like standing up, sleeping people.
Oh, shit.
The
You know what I
leaner
mean?
fentanyl stuff.
Walking
Fentanyl,
Dead.
fold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So depending on. And then they have a whole crack alley. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh, he's like a real estate agent.
It's like, yeah, put it on your
You're gonna love this spot.
There's Tomorrowland over here.
Yeah.
Never land.
Meth land.
The cops are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like going into Skid Row, if you guys have never been, it's like homeless situations, they have like their own weird system. They have like bum kings. They have like the guy that runs certain spots. Because I used to volunteer at Skid Row.
Yeah.
And it's fucking nuts. And I always tell people this, when you guys try to talk about like the homeless situation at Skid Row, you don't know until you go there. It is fucking insane.
It's a different thing.
That's the whole conversation, man.
Yeah.
Because I have my opinion. Like, dude, I'll tell you, the whole, everybody likes to go, people are moving from Nebraska. No, dude. There's a homeless factory here in the for-profit prison system. The guys get busted on something small and they turn into monsters. You like, I always keep saying it like this, right? Like, how'd you go to Skid Row? You know what I mean? From being a champion, what the hell? Well, okay, the cops stuck me in a box, poked me with the stick for 9 months, let me out and go, oh, why isn't he fixed yet?
Figure it out.
We keep beating the shit out of him. We keep tasering him. What's going on?
Yeah.
Why is this guy crazier? We don't get it. I never got offered rehab. I went after it. I went, finally, after all that torture, I finally went, fuck, I got to do something instead of be like crazy and like feel bad and go get high, get drunk, because that was so shitty what just happened. I need to like stay clear-headed and start building myself back up. Like, you're never gonna be the old Mayhem, so you got to be the new Mayhem. And here I am. You know what I mean? God bless you guys for having me on, because I feel like once you get down in the dumps like that, you feel like you can never climb up out of that, but you can.
Is that shift really hard? Because like I think there's like a lot of people who had like a certain amount of glory. They keep going back into this age of like, I need to be that person I used to be rather than the new person you have.
But you never can be that person yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion can never be, he can't be that Super Bowl champion every day. He's got to be the new guy, And that's what I finally had to accept. Okay, well, you have to be this new guy and do the best that you can with it. It's not like really like to put on a coffee cup, but that's it. You got to do the best you can with it. Oh, you're not going to start no Instagram motivational speaker thing with do the best you can with what you got.
Yeah.
But that's the reality of the situation.
Were you thinking of someone specifically?
In terms of what?
About the person that hasn't moved on yet?
Michael Jordan.
Oh, Jordan. Well, see,
Michael Jordan is one of them. Like Michael Jordan always lives in the past all the time, and he
You
can't.
think so?
Well, it's because like we all idolized Jordan as a kid. Like, we got everything.
Of course.
And then every time I hear an interview, he still lives in this like hate, like fuck this guy from then. And he still, every time he plays ball, he looks at these youngsters like they're not shit. It's like, Mike, you're like, you're already a
you're
legend.
unk now, dude. Like,
yeah,
no.
but like that's probably what made him great, right? But there are people who
different champions are motivated by different things. Like for me, my motivation was to like give the people a great show. We kind of failed me sometimes because instead of like winning the fight, I would do some wild, stuff. Because I would, throw it away because I was trying so hard.
Great show.
Yeah.
Love this show, dude.
Yeah, because to me, it's pro wrestling, bro. The whole thing is pro wrestling, but in a cool way, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's
real.
Yeah, it's real.
By the way, Conor copied you, dude.
Conor always copies me. I know.
He stole a page out of the
He's
Mayhem.
Irish Mayhem Miller. yeah. That Conor thing, look, it's the same as me and Sakuraba. You got to pass the torch, you know what I'm saying? Like, during my era, we did wacky stuff and talked the talk, and it just didn't have that mainstream appeal. And I guess I walked so Conor could fly.
He's really flying right now.
He's at the White House. He's at the White House.
He's in the White House doing some white stuff.
No, actually, no. I heard he was there and he found a Hunter Biden stash.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Man, it's like really cool to see that you're like in such a good place because I feel like I said,
Listen, imagine if you had the dangerous maniac, Lucky Patrick Murphy on your podcast.
Bro.
Imagine that. This guy's a madman. He was like,
we need the views. Let's see if I live.
A character in a movie, right? A Kevin James movie that appears for like a solid like minute and a half, right? And it has one line. That's it. And my line was, I'm not even grabbing the fence. That was it. That was my whole thing. But I had developed a whole character for this guy and pretended to, and I went on Ariel Helwani show and pretended to be this character.
Explain that.
Was that real or was that a bit?
Hell yeah, it was real. I was really method acting. I had pretended to be this guy for a while, and I was super into it. And like my manager was like, "Yo, you need to quit doing that." I was like, what are you talking about?
You stop wearing green all the time.
Yeah, I was pretty weird. And then Ariel Helwani invited me on the show like right in that era. So my bad.
Hey, you gotta take a shot. You gotta shoot your shot.
I know, I did. I thought the Oscar Academy was watching.
Ariel was like, dude, you must have been going through a tough time. He goes, no, actually, I was just method acting. You actually just got a method acting version of me.
It was.
Yeah. Look at me. See, it's like a different person.
Yeah.
I'm like, I never sit like that. I never sit like that, you know? Oh, yeah, then I got buck wild.
I got buck wild. You got up with the camera.
You got me, dude. I was in high school. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I remember you cleared the table of all the action figures.
Yeah. I just talked with them about that. I apologize.
Ariel has the worst lineup I've ever seen in my life. I wish he would just line that shit up, man. He has such good hair, bro.
Yeah, he has a great hairline.
That's what you get for going to a Jewish barber. He trimmed a yarmulke into his hat.
Is that a new stereotype I just learned? I don't know.
We're spitballing.
We're just trying things out.
Working it out here.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Did Ariel didn't know what was going on.
No, poor guy. And then like when I got out of the studio, he came in and then I broke character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking with you. And he was like, really? And I'm like, yeah, that's going to do a ton of views. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, and it did. So like,
you see this like wet spot on his pants? Yeah. They probably changed those though. And then, the next episode.
No, I remember on the way out, I broke and winked at the lady because it was all the staff was like,
you were too method.
Like, I know, too mad. I went too far. So I winked at one lady to let her know, like, it's cool.
Yo, you're good.
Yeah.
JK, LOL. Yeah.
How do you like being a coach now? Like, what is the transition been like?
It's cool. I mean, look, I'm always like, I miss the day. Like, I have to jet off and do the Adam Carolla show every day, but like the mornings are focused, competitive, especially when someone's got a fight. My guy Brady Hung's got a fight coming up, and like, the room is different. Everyone shows up on Monday a little early. The room is a little quieter and less jokey at the beginning because, it's serious business.
Game time.
Serious business. So, it's my favorite thing. Like, it's beautiful. I wouldn't do it. It's hard. It's fucking hard. And I'm fucking old, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fighting the guys, like, I think I got a bruise on my face right now if somebody headbutt me. But, like, there's a reason guys retire at 30. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here 40, like, still getting after it. And
that's why we podcast. I'm like, no way.
So do I, but I'm getting after it in the morning, bro. Like, I get after it before I podcast, so I'm just like, focused and determined, and then I'm a little more like chill out. I can talk with a calm head instead of like being like mayhem smash. And
So you're still working with them, huh? Like you're working.
I am. I try
Nice.
I try to get in there daily. Like at least once a day. Somebody has to train, and I know. I did pad work with Rafael Cordero and a guy Danny Perez, who's a boxing champion. So those guys patted me all the time, and I remember like how the fluidity and the flow, and I get to bring that to the guys. So it's like it's cool. It's like passing down the knowledge throughout the years, and that's a big part of martial arts. And the fact that I can run the pads with them or do a practice and like I still have a good body where I can wrestle with them still and kind of show moves and like it does something that is deeper meaning than any amount of money can give you. Some weird thing, where you show the guy to move and then you see the guy excel with it and there's like a warm smile in your heart.
Yeah.
That's kind of what martial arts is all about.
I mean, that's kind of cool, especially for you and like, hearing your backstory and how you started. Like martial arts has always been an anchor point for you. Even after all this other bullshit, you get to go back to it and it revives you in another way.
Dude, it saved my life the first time and it saved my life again the second time.
Damn. That's amazing,
Full
man.
circle.
First martial art, karate, taekwondo.
Taekwondo.
God, Korea wins again.
I'm from the South. Karate is badass. However, I heard about where karate's from. Yeah, I heard it's a marketing stunt by the Chinese.
I was like,
We win again.
We win
again.
No, but
Local
I
Japanese.
grew up on an army base, right? My dad went to Korea for a year to, I don't know, protect the border.
you're a white guy to DMZ.
I was 10, okay? So I don't know what he was doing over there, but he told me that he got in a bar fight and some little Korean dude kicked him in the head. And I was like, holy shit, I got to do taekwondo. And he sent me a gi, and, my dad was like, smart. Like, you're like, wow, if this guy fucking kicked me in the head, I'm going to get my boy to do it. And, they put me in taekwondo. I got a yellow belt. I was like front kicking all the kids in the class. They got me, they had me fight two little kids at the same time and I was winning. You know what I mean? They're like, this guy's got something. I wish they would have fostered my talent there. I would have been a much better martial artist if I would have consistently trained from 10 years old. But, maybe I would have burned out, whatever. You got to come to it on your own. But taekwondo is very prevalent around the American South, dude. There are gyms everywhere for some reason. Probably because a lot of Army guys came back from Korea and had learned, taekwondo.
They got kicked in the face.
Yeah.
By some Asian guy.
Yeah. Old Mike.
That's like the best business card. How about this right now?
Whoa,
I gotta learn this.
Korea number one.
So Jason, you've been through you've probably seen every generation of MMA fighter, seen everything. There's a conversation right now happening in MMA where people are saying the UFC is losing stars. There's no stars in the UFC. I feel like you have I might have seen a clip of you saying you have an opposite take to that. What do you think?
Well, see, they sprung the question on me. I didn't really have time to think about it.
Yeah.
Because my answer was that, okay, well, teach the guys English. But it's not just that.
Alex Pereira, though.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. But there's also a matchmaking component to this. They can matchmake those fights a little differently to give the fans what they want. They're not going to do that, so we're just going to be burning airtime, praying about it. But yeah, there's a way.
Example: what's a fight where you're like, why do they do that? Is it like two wrestlers or what?
Look,
two superstars going at it.
Kind of the thing. Like, all right, so let's go. What recently? Pereira and Ankalaev, right?
Yeah.
So I knew that shit was gonna happen. Like everybody was caught up in Poatan fever, chama.
It's the entrance, though. You know?
Yeah, I know.
So we get caught by.
Yeah,
Love it,
man.
Don't get me wrong, I love it too. But I knew, well, this is like a terrible matchup.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but like most people, I thought, all right, it'll be a takedown battle. I didn't think the clinch battle was gonna be the only thing that happened, which it turned out to be. But that's one of those things where there's no one else left, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, kind of.
But for me, Alex Pereira dude, this guy, we're going to just use him as a star. Like, put him against dudes who'll bang with them. Keep doing that. Yeah. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing that. And then, okay, well, maybe you have to pay the tax man when the taxes are due because now Ankalaev earned his shot right there, right? So sometimes you're going to have that. Stacked undercard with crazy-ass fights that everybody want to see, that casuals want to see. And, the thing is, it's hard for me to go, oh, that was a boring fight. It's hard because I understand the sport where I'm like, ooh, damn, that was good. Oh, you see Ankalaev get on the outside like that and avoid that? Oh, you see this uppercut that he threw? Like, those little details are not as pretty until you understand the sport more and more. That's what I was saying on Ariel Helwani show. I was like, if you thought that was boring, then you're dumb. Like, but because it wasn't to me. It was like, it wasn't the most exciting fight ever. Yeah. But it wasn't a snoozer either. They were exchanging.
It was still live. It was
very live.
Yes,
it was anybody's fight in a lot of moments.
Used to watching. Oh yeah, you said it was close, right?
Yeah, it was close. Yeah, it was a little close. Yeah, it was going back and forth.
I saw it, Ankalaev.
Yeah,
like, I was like, there's not a.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe he won this round and that round, but he didn't win more than 3.
But you're right about like the marketing thing too, right? Because we were talking about on the pod when I saw it, I was like, oh, fucking pay to run because I'm such a huge fan. And then after all the hype that I watched it again, I was like, he lost.
Yeah, 4-1, probably 4-1.
Because it's that market, you just want him to win, and it just takes over, and then everything goes away.
It takes a long time to become a hardcore sociopath like me, where you don't even care about what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? You're like, all right, whatever. Like, because not that I don't care, it's that I can like turn off my feelings and look at it unemotional.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Poatan's awesome at this left hook, but this guy knows how to kickbox and wrestle and clinch fight a little better than him. This guy's a fantastic kickboxer, a little bit on the old side. This guy's like a fresh, weird Dagestani karate style. You know what I'm saying?
The new ones.
It's gonna cause him some trouble, Yeah. So it's easy for me because I was shocked. I was like, damn, I need to go to Vegas. They're like,
because he was underdog.
He's the underdog. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Really? And then I look, it's because the fans are behind him. It happens all the time. I got swept up in that one time. Mark Hunt versus the monster. What's his name? Lesnar.
Yeah.
Because I was on, and that was the last time I did that. Because I love Mark Hunt.
Yeah. He's got a shot. That's what you think.
He's got a shot because he's got that. He's got them grenades. Pop the pins on his fifth grenade. But duh.
Yeah.
Wrestler guy. Duh. Matt Horwich was like, Brock Lesnar's gonna win, and I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, he's a better wrestler. I'm like, shit, and I had already bet. I was like, yeah, you're right. It sucks when and they're already walking.
Yeah.
Damn, well, that's my bad.
MMA is just so hard to bet too sometimes because there's so many.
So much.
Is it?
For us, it is.
I'm right more than I'm wrong.
All right, guys. So
that's why we're not going
all the picks. I always, anytime there's a Korean fighter, I go, he's gonna win.
But he gets knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. Korean guys? Yeah, I don't know.
Not good.
50-50 on the last part.
Who's the Korean fighters that we got going on right now?
Zombie's done.
And then Choi got knocked out.
That was a tough fight, though.
Superboy's on the.
I haven't even done my research for this one, this card at all. I don't know.
There's some good fights.
I don't know anything about Brady except that his face is all off kilter and his ear's worse than yours.
Yo,
They better be.
You know what? Let's do our picks.
They better be.
Our picks with my bookie. Use the promo code TheCasuals. So we
do all our picks based on emotion.
Yeah.
That's a great way to do it.
And the fans yell.
It's more fun.
To do it.
They get so mad. They go, "You don't know shit." I was like, "I literally told you. I chose with my dick."
It's in the name.
Casual. Thank you. All right, Leon Edwards coming off a loss against Sean Brady, the guy that looks like Nick.
Wait, but he lost to Bilal, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Leon.
that's his last loss.
Yeah, you said Bilal with a question mark. You know the name.
No. I respect
Don't remember the name.
Don't misunderstand, okay?
You said
I follow him on Twitter. With Bilal.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I've been saying it Bilal this whole time.
Are you sure though? I don't think this guy's sure.
I remember the name.
You don't even know.
He doesn't even know.
Remember the name, but not how to pronounce it. Bilal.
That's way better.
Yeah, I like
Bilal.
Remember my name, but just how would pronounce it, whatever.
Yeah, it don't matter. It don't
Win's
matter.
a win, dude.
Sean Brady's a heavy wrestler, loves wrestling.
Okay, wait. Brady is.
Brady is.
Good
Okay,
grappler.
Great grappler.
And then Leon Edwards is a guy who's like, I don't know, MVP light sort of, right? Like,
Yeah,
does
good
the
kickboxing.
dances.
And
Good.
a wrestler.
He knows
People
how to
say-
jiu-jitsu or no?
Yeah, he got good jiu-jitsu.
Good jiu-jitsu.
People
Oh.
say he's a little boring though. That's the
Yeah, that's
criticism
right, huh?
they'll say about him.
Yeah, I look, I've seen a couple of his fights. The Bilal fight was Bilal. The fight was
That sounds better when
Yeah.
you say it like
just do an Asian accent. Farrar. Asian accent.
Bilal.
Farrar. Harold
It's not
Farrar.
racist because you guys were not.
You went to Japan. You're fine.
Yeah. Well, so Brady's a wrestler. All right. 5 ranks. So what will really be good is that in this welterweight fight, they will know a lot more about Brady, right? Because you guys call him a wrestler. I haven't watched his fights, so
They're
I
great.
can't give a good.
pressure.
Yeah, I can't give a good strike. How's his stand up? He goes.
He could hit. He could hit.
Yeah.
I think Leon Edwards has better striking, but I feel like
But I
don't know
from
which
what
Leon
I
is
see from
gonna show up.
Leon, he's like dance on the outside
Very
guy,
counter.
right?
Very
Counter.
counters. A lot of counters.
And he yeah.
Too much
I remember
counter-punching,
that
probably. A little bit.
And this guy come forward, and that's why they call it
presses.
boring. Is because I see.
Yeah.
Because once you're like dancing around a lot, and you're not like aggressive, and
People go
everyone-
boo. Yeah, they boom a lot.
People boo him. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm really interested to see old Sean Brady.
Leon hasn't fought in a very long time.
I know it's with Bilal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Farrar.
Yeah.
He's a tiger.
That was one of those fights that got me fired up. That people were going, "Oh, it's boring." I was like, "Not really,
yeah.
not really." That was pretty badass.
Bilal was
When he-
all over him.
Yeah, he slammed on his head. That was cool. You never see that.
That freaked me out. That got me nervous.
Bro,
I
I
thought he was gonna die. I was like, this is gonna be the first death we're gonna see in the
What?
UFC.
Oh, the head slam.
Just the spike, because it was like
Spike.
it was
Very-
directly
it was
directly on the top of your head. You're
thought
like,
that
oh
was
my
illegal.
god,
Yeah.
it is, isn't it?
Pretty sure it's illegal.
Yeah. I thought because when he did it, I was like,
Was that
Let me check my rule book.
that's what I thought. I thought it
that
was
doesn't
illegal.
seem like you're allowed to do that. He did.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
He Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, dude, it was bad. It was tough.
So who do you got, Nick?
I think I'm a lean towards Brady.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
I'm a lean towards Brady. I just think, the dual threat.
Is that Dean's guy? No.
He's the
Yeah, he's
favorite.
Dean's guy.
That's Dean
Yeah,
Thomas's guy.
Dean Thomas.
Oh, well, now that really makes me lean towards him too, because that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, Dean Thomas is an excellent fighter. Was an excellent fighter from
He trains all the Philly guys too, like Piper, right?
Piper, yeah.
So they know how to box.
So they got a good little team over there for sure.
David, who you want?
I say Leon by decision.
You think
He
he's
could
gonna
outpoint him.
Outpoint him?
Yeah.
Point strike?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're making it with your emotions.
You're thinking with your dick. Dude.
Put it away, dude.
I'm not even a Leon fan.
But it's hometown crowd.
I feel like he's gonna make it a little boring, and he, every time I say somebody has a chip on the shoulder, it never works out for me. I just feel like Leon's very good at making a fight boring, and then he needs to win again just to get back to that belt. So I feel like Leon's gonna kind of just do it that way.
Honestly, as long as he doesn't fight at 4 a.m., I'm sure that's
Yeah,
gonna change a lot.
No, but is that what they're doing?
That's what happened in the last fight.
This is at the O2 Arena,
Yeah.
so they're fighting in
But they're doing London
Yeah.
time though, I think, for this
Yeah.
one.
Oh, really?
But the
That
last
will
one,
help him.
the last one when he fought Bilal was at like 2 a.m.
I don't know, man, but here's the thing,
I don't
right?
know what
you
that does.
raise up at that, when it's go time,
It's
you
just go
raise
time.
up.
Yeah.
And you come to some level, you know what I mean, no matter what time it is.
Yeah.
Because I would step off the plane to Japan 3 days later to be in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like you show up. You want to stay up that first day, but whatever. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what time that his blood gets up, but it's got to be that night.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm super interested to see this fight now that we talked about it.
What's your casual pick?
My casual pick is that Brady will push forward, I guess, because these guys are saying he boxes with a reputable source,
I'll go Sean Brady. Let's all go against David.
Yeah. What an idiot. I can't believe you picked Leon.
God, you're so stupid.
But I will change I have another show I'm doing. I'm going to keep I might change. I'll stay on both. I'll stay Leon on the other one.
Yeah.
That way,
even it out.
There's this Korean guy that he said it's really
Because sometimes all it takes is a drive home and you're like, that was a bad pick.
I know.
Chip on his shoulder.
I know.
I've been looking at it wrong the whole time.
Right.
We got
Jan's fighting.
we got
Goldberg.
We got OG versus
Power
New
punchers.
Blood. We got City Kickboxing and Jan.
Shitty kickboxing.
The city kickboxing.
City.
Oh,
City.
New
Sorry.
Zealand.
My bad.
Ulberg. Tell me about Ulberg.
Big power puncher.
Good
Hey,
kickboxer.
handsome.
Good
He's like the new.
kickboxer.
He's a model.
He's like the new Luke Rockhold. Very handsome man.
So if he's a model, I go with the other guy usually.
I would go for the model.
Because he's too good looking. He has too much to lose.
Young guy, too.
And how tall is he, though? Because Jan's
6'4"?
pretty tall.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's tall.
He's tall.
Wow.
He's a tall lad.
Yeah.
He's an island boy, too.
Man, I'm telling you, he looks like a coconut.
Yo, I haven't heard that since third grade when everyone called me a coconut.
Hard exterior.
That's such
I lived in Hawaii forever. I would call all my homies coconut.
People were calling you Howley out there, or you
Holly
were brought
boy.
up? Were you
Holly
brought
boy.
up? You were
The
brought
number
up.
one selling shirt I ever had was a shirt that said Holly Boy Could Scrap.
Oh, wow, yeah, dude, that's a compliment.
They
Bring it
love
back.
yeah. Oh, wow.
This is
guy-
Ulberg, yeah.
This is nice.
He lost-
I
he's good with it.
remember
He
this
lost his
guy.
fight.
See, that's the thing is that names I won't remember that well, but your style, I remember that.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
a
There's
striker.
weird hooks and stuff. Look, I don't think
that.
he's going to be able to do Jan like that.
Yeah.
Like not like this.
Nah.
No
he's
way.
going to have to move a lot more.
Yeah.
This is a different fight for sure.
Yeah,
but
I might-
I like his tenacity.
Yeah, I might try to take him down. That's a
Yeah.
lot of people
I think
are
you
thinking.
might be right. I trained out there in Poland for a while.
Oh, wow.
Those guys are sick. The martial arts there has a tinge of judo. They have a really good judo program, and they've had it for years. So everybody knows how to fucking trip you. Everybody knows how to do an arm throw. Everybody knows, they do weird trips, and Jan's no exception. Like I see his boxing is good and his kickboxing's good, but he has that threat of dumping you down off of a weird, like a
Weird scramble.
a reap, a sotogari.
Ooh, Don Danaher over here.
I told you guys,
Hop on it.
I was a judo artist. So yeah. So what? So Ulberg,
Yeah.
versus.
Hey, you got your old haircut, man.
I know
You got to pick him, dude.
Yeah, whatever. I stole that from Tito Ortiz and Eminem.
He wants to outlive his children, so.
Well, 6 hours a day. He trades 12 hours a day.
All the Asian people are like, that method doesn't make sense.
What is this?
No, listen, I knew that quote about when Tito said that. I know why he said that, okay? Because we would always say exactly, we would count off the days that we were training, and he just miffed it. He just miffed it. I knew what he meant.
Yeah.
So it's one of my favorite memes too, bro. One of
Numbers
my
got
favorite
mixed up,
memes.
man.
Yeah. Oh, good old Gunnar Nelson is on the card.
He hasn't fought in a while either.
And
Yeah.
Kevin Holland fighting for the 500th time this year.
This fool just takes every fight.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's a monster, dude. To be able to get up there and do it. Now, his last fight, he lost, right? To the
Rainer. Yeah.
Renner,
to where
DeRitter. We
That's
don't
his name.
know how
You
to
don't know how to
say
say
his
his
name
name.
Yeah.
We call him RDR.
He's from
Yeah.
one championship.
Yeah,
one
the Dutch
generation.
guy.
Jiu-jitsu guy.
and he got him with that freaking arm bar, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's working
okay.
with Henry Hoof now. Yeah.
He is.
Henan de Ritter was.
Oh,
Yeah,
DeRitter.
He's at Kill FC, right?
Killcliff.
Killcliff, yeah.
Well, you guys are just saying words that I don't even know are real.
We're just saying brands.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Red Bull,
Monster.
Cool.
Monster Energy.
Cheesecake Factory.
Snap it to a Slim Jim. All right, so Gunnar Nelson is from the Republic of Iceland. Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Neither
He's
did I.
ours now.
With that name, I thought he was from Mississippi. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, so
Gotta go Gunner. I'm gonna go gonna go Gunner.
You're going Gunner?
I'm gonna go Gunner.
I think Holland. I think Holland's coming off a loss and angry.
Yeah.
I think he's coming, especially you had a long layoff to
2
fight
years.
Kevin Holland. Bro, Kevin Holland's not a slouch. He got tapped out, but like he got good jiu-jitsu, right? He just snaps guys in triangles, which is rare.
And he's at 170 too.
And he's the underdog here. That's wild.
If this is at 170, I'm gonna go Kevin Holland.
Wait, 170?
He floats between 185 and 170.
Wow, he's a big ass dude for 170.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this. I'm getting educated today, boy.
Did you jump up and down in weight a lot?
Nah. I had to kill myself to make 170 for St. Pierre, bro. It was so hard. It's so hard to do it. And then I made it and beat Robbie Lawler, I think.
Yeah.
Or somebody. And then I just remember
some bald-headed dude.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing this anymore because, it became, later on, it was hard to make 185. I thought I was going to kill myself in front of some Toyota engineers. You know what I mean? I'm in a trash bag suit. They're butt naked, you know what I mean? Chatting about work, and I'm fucking dying over here. And I remember thinking, I'm taking years off my life cutting this weight. So hats off to Kevin Holland. He didn't look fat the last time I saw him fight. So I don't know how he made 170. That might actually flip me to against him.
Yeah.
Making the weight is tough, dude.
That's true.
So I got to interview.
Gunnar Nelson might be a favorite for a reason.
I got to interview Kevin Holland. He says that at highest he goes to 190. His weight, his walking around weight is 190.
Oh,
so he said cutting to 170 is actually a cake for him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then cool. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Because look, back when Johnny Jones was fighting 205, I cut weight with him, and he looked skinny.
Yeah.
But Fight Night, he was
swole.
Rehydrated.
What fight was that for?
Bud. I don't know.
Cormier?
Some. I don't know. I was fighting somebody, I think, or. Fuck, maybe Rio Chonin. I was cornering him.
Oh shit!
I don't remember. I don't.
Rio Chonin.
You know what I mean? It's kind of blurry. Those years are blurry, because you're constantly cutting weight.
Yeah.
You're constantly about to fight somebody. Yeah. You're constantly, you're.
It's all blurry.
Yeah, you're constantly rehydrating. It's all like. Which time did I vomit in the,
that was the third time.
Yeah. I don't know.
That was near Easter.
All those, especially cutting weight, you're just blurry. Somebody's like, holding you like this to make sure you don't fall down the stairs. And then you got to go act super tough. It's a different world.
Watching Cyborg cut weight is like the hardest thing to watch.
But the fact that, like I was saying, I bet Kevin Holland looks like a skeleton on the scale.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
he rehydrates up.
Puff back up because he ain't got a damn drop of fat on him.
Who you guys want?
I think that's a tough fight for Gunnar Nelson. I think we'll go Kevin Holland. Just by activity alone.
Gunnar Nelson, big white.
Yeah.
Hard to go against a big white.
Been a long time, though.
Big
2
black
years
dude,
off.
bro.
Yeah, big black dude, big black, big white. What you thinking? Racist. Don't be racist. Don't be racist.
All right, big black.
I'm racist against the white man on this one. I think that Kevin Holland's got that. I don't know. Gunnar Nelson might be,
he could submit him, I think.
Next Bjork.
He could submit him, but it's like.
Music sensation.
Yeah. Okay.
Something like that.
I don't know. I was just thinking, what do I know about Iceland? That's the only thing I know.
All right, we got
Molly
Meatball
McCann.
and Alexa.
I have no idea who that is.
I think
But
she's
David,
a last minute
want to explain
replacement.
to Jason how you pick sometimes female fights?
I call it the buff muff. So whoever looks like they eat more pussy, I kind of go for that.
Right. If they were a lesbian couple, which one would be the man?
That's
That's a better one. That's a better one.
Alexia all day.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know these ladies. I think McCann. I remember.
Yeah.
She just won.
She's a name.
She has a good variety of skills, and then you're saying that this girl's a last minute replacement.
Yeah. Last
All
minute
right.
replacement.
I think maybe Molly. Maybe I don't know. Having a training camp is a big help.
Yeah.
Than just randomly training and then call you up one day is different. But maybe Alexia will rise up and live out the meaning of her creed or something.
something.
Something or another.
I think that I think that Molly is pretty fucking tough though.
Yeah.
Because the last time
She's
I watched
good.
those fight, she just dish ragging some girl that made me think, oh wow, that's a kind of a beastly woman.
And now she's at a smaller weight class.
She's getting better too.
Where she really belongs. Like this is like her weight class.
Oh okay.
So she's been able to,
You guys aren't that casual. Everybody's like knows everything. Okay, cool.
We don't know Buff Muff, man.
We always get it wrong. We always get it wrong though. So it doesn't
Great,
matter.
perfect.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I don't know, but
He's good.
you got to go for tats, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Neck tats. All
Well,
day.
wait a minute. Chris Duncan has his fair share of tattoos.
Yeah,
He's
but
not
does he
blacked
black
out though.
Does he blacked
Oh,
out?
you
Is
know
he
what?
going black neck?
Black
There's
neck.
25
Yo,
percent.
Oh, hey, yo, watch it, dude. That's crazy.
I thought you're not allowed to go black neck. Hey, but Jordan, yeah, bro, he got the fucking Russian prison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
trying to hide something. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, he's from
They say
England.
all- They say all Asian people look alike. That looks like a before and after tattoo photo. What the fuck are they talking about?
Right.
It's like UK lads too, you know, like the
Yes.
tough European dudes.
Tall like
Oh,
this.
Scotland
Yeah.
versus
Yeah.
England.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is a heated
Some bad
battle right
blood.
here. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with the guy who renounced his white privilege. Jordan Boucher.
Yo, I'm going with that.
I'll go with that.
Yeah.
You sold me with that analysis.
He got nothing to lose, that guy.
Listen, I have not done any research on this.
You don't need to on this podcast.
Hey, out my ass.
But Vegas agrees with us.
There we go.
Minus 300.
All right. Oh shit, you're right. Yeah.
All right, we got Nathaniel Wood and Morgan.
Man, now you're
I'll
getting.
always go Morgan.
Morgan's legit.
sick.
He's good.
He's
You
really
like him.
good.
Oh, Morgan and Morgan, I love that company. Morgan Charcuterie. You guys are getting into the fucking deep cuts, dog. These guys are
He's
the
the main card, dude.
They still are? All right. Well, God bless their heart because I don't even think MMA is legal in France yet.
Yeah, this is Morgan.
Oh, man, that's the most tan Frenchman I ever seen.
Yeah.
Marvin Dan, Charcuterie, fucking dude, a fucking board, dog.
He's good, bro.
He's
Yo,
a beast.
charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Wait, what weight are these guys? 'Cause I got
What? 35?
35. Oh my God, I got guys that are fighting this weight class. I gotta
This guy's
look out for that dude.
This guy's striking is elite. He's actually pretty good all the way around. The
He
one
is?
fight that I saw that he lost, I thought he won, and I didn't think it was right.
Yo, DJ, drop one more clip. Hey, you see that? That limp arm out was that was
nice.
masterful. Yeah, you know, he just gave that limp arm really gave it like a
could do it
weird
all.
angle.
Oh,
Look at these kicks,
Body
dude.
kicks.
That's the
kickboxing
hot shit.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Bro, the casual violence with which he comes with.
The swag.
Look at it.
dude.
Look
The
at it.
swag.
It's casual. Meanwhile, he looked like what's that guy?
Aljo?
Aljo
He looks
Sterling.
like
World?
Juice
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He looks like I know speed.
Speed.
Or what's that guy's name?
Kai Cenat.
Yeah, he looks like a
streamer.
buffer KSI.
Are you naming every
Now
black
I'm just
dude?
kidding. He looks like Rampage, but with dreads.
He's like a young Herb
No, yeah. Come on, man.
Brad Tate, the cut man.
Male Rosa Parks.
Eddie Gordo from Tekken.
Eddie Gordo.
That's a good one.
I'm going deep cuts. Eddie Gordo. Yeah. Well, that's dope. Now let's go see who the guys that you guys
Nathaniel
don't
Wood.
know.
Okay,
Let's
well,
go down. Let's go
make
keep
sure
going
you,
down.
use
Prelims.
our promo code, the
Jai
Casuals.
Herbert.
Ooh, Jai
Chris-
Herbert.
Hey,
Bro, this is gonna be good,
This
bro.
is banger.
Taco is
He's
where it's at, dog.
he's a live
I
underdog,
worked
dude.
with Taco a lot, man. He's a
Oh,
beast.
he's LA guy,
He's
right?
a beast.
He's
From
good,
LA,
bro.
yeah. He's a beast. I want to see what he brings to, this opponent. I don't know, man. There's not going to be much guys, he's the favorite, but it's because he's the hometown boy.
Yeah.
Taco is something different.
What's
man.
He's a dog.
Real
What's special
something
about
different. He has okay, so he's like 5'6" or 8" with 6 foot arms.
Oh, shit.
Remember?
He fought Rong Zhu. He threw the elbow, hit him in the eye, and he was like, "Yo, my
Yeah.
that was an eye
He's
poke."
like a black Mexican caveman.
Yeah.
He's like excellent fighter, very hardworking, the type of dude that just will keep grinding. Has the wrestling skills, has a good base, and is learning how to kickbox real well. Like he's something else. He's a specimen of a human being, that's for sure. And has put in the time. So he's thoroughly mastered. He's got about a decade in the game.
Dang, I wonder then.
He's
'cause
gonna
it's
do well, bro. He's gonna do well.
Young. I think he'll do good. This will be a really big test for him to go to somebody's home.
This was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, the elbow.
He literally saw a one championship fight, and he was like, "I'll do that."
Yeah.
I'll try this Muay Thai stuff out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oof, look at this.
Yeah, that was
Bang.
a perfectly placed elbow.
Yeah. Now, look, because at the damn Fight Science gym, there's a Muay Thai, one of those Muay Thai square bags that you are affixed to the, and he would just play there all the time. He would just play on that thing all the time.
Wow.
That's how you get good at something. You know, the old Bruce Lee was talking about doing the same kick 1,000 times. Hey, same elbow 1,000,000 times. The same jab 1,000,000 times. Like, you know, that the equipment in the gym is for use by yourself. Go over there and do it.
Go to your bag.
Everybody's like, Mayhem, show me how to do this. Show me how to do that. Like, go to the fucking bag and figure it out.
Get the reps.
That's it. You know what I mean? Beyond that, I'll patch you. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know these guys. Sorry, guys. I'm of no help.
No, dude. We usually just do that.
I usually do a bunch of research, but, you know, we did this short notice.
We're
I
good.
took you guys on less notice than I took St. Pierre.
Hey!
We win, dude.
But guys, make sure you use my bookie with the promo code TheCasuals. Before you go, Jason, I want to ask you one more thing. I loved you on this season of Tough.
Thanks, man.
What is your relationship with Michael Bisping?
Cool.
You guys cool?
Respect
Cool
one
dude?
another. Like, it's like, there's something, you know, you got to understand. I forgot about this. Would that happen? Oh, my God.
It's weird. It's like you actually tried to stop a fight, then you guys started fighting.
Yeah, that's how it goes,
high,
bro.
dude.
That's how it goes. Some testosterone in the room. Everybody gets fired up. Look at me, puffing my chest out like a maniac. That's just how it is, you know.
Why is
look,
this
it's
billboard?
unnatural to stick this many men in a room for that long. You know, I bet you guys are sick of each other and you do this podcast for an hour or two. You know, imagine like being stuck with everybody all the time. Just it's on purpose to make you
Just this testosterone.
just go
blow up.
maniacal. Yeah. So yeah, you know, Bisping, I respect him very much. I think that it's one of those things where you know, I'm glad that he has moved on in his career. Like now the broadcast and stuff, he's good at it. He's like he's well spoken.
Yeah. Any final questions for Jason before we let him go?
No, dude. We got to get him out
Yeah,
of
you guys.
He's got to go to practice.
No.
We want to have you back.
Come
Yeah,
back.
you gotta
sometime.
come back, please.
Come back. It
was too much
don't
fun.
have to like chitty chat about all my old stuff that happened a million years ago. You know, talk about the latest, and I'll come with the picks next time.
Yeah.
This time I was
We'll
just
break down some
freestyling,
fights.
We'll break
but
some news stories.
I still think that I still think I'm gonna beat you guys. With
Yeah. We're gonna revisit.
100% you'll beat all pick. 100% sure.
Well,
We just copied your picks.
what he picked with his dick.
His memory's good, guys.
What do you got going on? So we got Adam Carolla's show.
Bro, Adam, you can check me out on all the things.
Yeah.
Instagram at Mayhem Miller, man.
Yeah.
I'm even doing TikTok sometimes. So yeah, Mayhem Miller.
Can we also plug the veteran thing that you were talking
Please.
about?
Yeah, MVP, Emerging Veterans and Players.com.
Awesome.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for coming
guys,
by, man.
make sure you like, comment, and subscribe here. Put in the comments down below.
God, motherfuckers, I'm trying to get the numbers up.
You know what?
Please.
We're done. We're done.
Trying to get those numbers up.
That's an Asian
Go to
accent.
camera one.
That is an Asian accent right there.
Don't be so casual.
All right, that's our promo.